Hey, good afternoon, hi friends. Hope everybody's doing good this evening. Went and did a little work today. Kind of got back in the groove after the holidays. Emily went back to school yesterday, and of course we're closed on Monday, so today was kind of back in the barrel. Then today was my monthly doctor's appointment. You know, he's kind of got me coming for a pain management deal, even though he's not a pain clinic. He's my local doctor and been my doctor for years. But it just got me coming, so it's been a full day, but just got in. Thought I'd make a video and have a little chat with you, with good friends. And so fire up your favorite pipe and get your favorite blend and pack it and fire it up and let's smoke us a bowl. I'm going to smoke some Peterson Irish whiskey today in my little Aldo Villani, what do they call this thing? Firenze or something. It's this is another Christmas pipe and for my wife, and I think this makes the fourth Aldo Villani that I have. They're good little old smokers, and I've been working on breaking in some of these. Let's get this fired up before we go much further. Cammy, she's going to sharpen her claw. Like I say, I'm trying to break in the pipes that I was fortunate to get for Christmas, but my old tinderbox pot started calling me yesterday. It looked awful lonesome, and it is one of my favorite smokers. And the one with the honey-colored stem on it, and I've smoked it here several times, and I packed it up good with some Rat Raised Red, and just as I thought it would, it smoked it like a champ. So we got us a char light going here, and I'm gonna get the good light going. Of course, I hit it pretty hard. Now that Peterson has, of course, I was puffing on it pretty hard, but you get to pulling on it that hard, and it's got a little tongue bite to it. It's a good flavor, though. I like it. It consists of, I think I've told y'all this before, traditional Irish, ready rub blend, tobacco leaf from Africa, Brazil, India, and Italy. Lightly flavored with Irish whiskey for a unique aroma. And it's got a great flavor. Good room note. Burns decently cool, but it will bite you a little bit if you get on it real hard. And I don't know what all these are. These look like some Burleys, and you know, I'm not familiar with some of these African and Brazilian made leaves, but Peterson, to me, a lot of people says Mac Baren's bites them a little bit. Now, and I haven't had that major of a problem with the Mac Baren product. I love the Peterson, and I would recommend them to anybody, but to me, they bite a little bit. But they're good enough. Not all of them bite, but the heavier cased ones will seem like they will to me. Well, this old Irish whiskey is, I'd recommend it. I'm going to smoke one day that I don't recommend. I promise y'all everything I smoke, and that's, you know, that's what I tend to smoke what I like, but I do have some that I wouldn't recommend, and I may fire one up one day and tell y'all about it. But Emily will be out of school here in about an hour. I'll run up and get her. We're going to go out to supper or dinner, whatever you want to call it, tonight. don't know where. The hamburgers turned out excellent last night. I took one to my mom and dad. Of course, they were just small little old burgers, old-fashioned 1930s, early 30s Depression era type burgers with the onion seared into the patty, very thin, and just with mustard and pickle, and the onions grilled into the patty, and they turned out really good. I'm not bragging on myself, but it's good enough to where I can sell it as a cheap burger, either at the restaurant or off the trailer. Just an inexpensive, couple of dollar burger or something. It's and they were good. Even Emily liked them, and she's not a big onion eater. And I let me tell y'all, now the recipe did not call for this, but let me tell y'all about. I was talking about Emily, made me think. Let me tell y'all a little secret to grilling your buns. There was an old place in town where our barbecue place is. They've been closed for years. Several years even before we came there in the barbecue business, but they called it the A&W Drive-In, and they were no affiliation to A&W that I know, just hung the name on it. I'm telling you the truth. My wife and I used to drive to this little town, which is 23 miles from where we live. When we were dating, we'd go up for a burger, and they had some of the best curlicues I have ever eaten in my life, and they were just they had a machine that did them right there. They would take potatoes and do them right there, and let me tell you, they were thin and they were delicious. And the burgers, he had a baby burger, a mama burger, and a papa burger. I think the papa burger was a double meat. The mama was just a regular full-size burger, and the little baby burger was a miniature burger, kind of like what I made last night. Well, over the years, we became friends with the man's daughter that owned that thing, and she's 10, 12 years older than I am, probably. And her dad's been dead now. He died 3 or 4 years ago. He lived on up into his 90s. But she began to let us in some secrets, and one of the secrets, when you grill your buns, to give them that old-fashioned kind of a greasy taste to them like you used to get at the old Dariettes and whatnot, put a little mayonnaise, not much, but a little mayonnaise on the bun. Take a knife and just spread it out. I mean, not much at all. Lay that on the griddle or the grill or the skillet or whatever and sear that into it. Let me tell you, you can't. My dad and Emily despise mayonnaise. I guess she got that from my dad. They won't even touch it. And I haven't told them yet last night, but they ate mayonnaise. And my dad called and raving about how good the burgers were. Emily wanted a second one, and she ate about half of it. And but it does something to that bun. It gives us an old-fashioned seared grill type. And, you don't have to use butter, just a tad of mayo. Try it, man. You'll be, and you don't taste the mayonnaise in it, none whatsoever. I mean, because they would have raised Cain if they'd have tasted it, and they both loved it. So I got to tell them that they ate mayonnaise. There's no tongue bite now. See, I hit it pretty hard. Maybe it's just the initial. I don't know, but there was no tongue bite in this. Well, there's a low pipe smoking good, and I love it's got some pretty grain on this too. And of course, I love the stem on it. I've gotten partial to these bone-colored and honey-colored type stems. I've got 3 or 4 pipes that have these type stems on them, and they attract me. I mean, that was one of the things, of course, the shape of this pipe, but the stem, I think, caught my eye first on this one, because this is one that I picked out. This was the one I told my wife. I said, now, I want this one. If you don't get anything else, this is one I really want. Of course, the 320 also, that was 2 that I picked out. I'm letting it rest. I have worked it. It's worked overtime. So I'll fire it up later tonight. Finally gave it the day off. I gave it 24 hours off because it ought to be drying out some. But this was the one she told me to pick out some and let her pick at random, which she wound up getting them all. This and the 320 was the two that I said, look, I want those, and then you can pick one from the other 4 or 5 that I gave you to pick from. You pick one, kind of let it be a surprise. And like I say, I bought my first auto in Little Rock at the pipe and tobacco shop there. That's the name of it, I think. It's where I get the Wilshire from and whatnot, and Wilshire blend that I smoke from time to time. And I bought a little Dublin, a little bent black blasted. That's a lot of B's to say. Bent black blasted Dublin from them. That was the first auto. And my mom got me another one for my birthday, and then another one this Christmas, and then this one. So they're a good little old smoker. You can catch them from in the $40 range up into the 140 or 50, and all of them I've got have ran anywhere from $50 to about $80. I think this one was about $62 or $3. I mean, it's $60, I think. So it's not, and for $60, it's an excellent smoker. You know, I try to keep my pipes in the $50 to $100 range, and I'm certainly going to pass it on to y'all if they smoke good. And that's about what I like to spend. Of course, I get on eBay sometime and pick up a good estate or find one that's never been smoked before. But if I can run across some in this price range, I'm gonna let you know. I've got some that I wouldn't go back and rebuy. And then I've got some that I just rave over, and of course the Aldo Valenti, all 4 of them are great smokers. And I've got some little old, like the little Barricinis. I've got 5 or 6 of those, because MA sells that little brand too. It's their basket pipe, and they're getting about $45 for those, and you can get them online. Like I say, these were $29.95, $30 on sale. Regular is like $40, but they're great little old smokers for that price. I mean, look, I've got some Savinellis that don't smoke that good. It's as good as that little old cheap Barricini. So, well, I know it's been cold all over the country, and the South has gotten really blasted with cold air, unseasonably cold. But actually, we're kind of getting back to like, we hadn't had one of these in 20, 25 years. But we used to have them down here in North Louisiana. We used to get some single-digit weather occasionally, and a couple of good light snows or ice. We get a lot of ice here. But we used to get a lot of power outages in the winter, and we just hadn't had it. But they predicted this was going to be a hard winter, and it, by George, has it. They were saying it was going to get down to about 12. No, they said 14, and that's what it got. When I got up to take Emily to school this morning, it was showing 15, and it did reach 14. But thankfully, the temperature, they were saying that we were going to have a chill factor of 5, somewhere between 5 and 8. Thankfully, we didn't have a lot of wind. It missed us, and whatever makes the chill factor situation. But this morning, when it was 15 degrees, it was showing 15. It felt like 15. So that helped us some. But I know Alfred and them had some 6 or 8 degree weather. Real Batman, I think he said it was 2 or 3 this morning when he got up. I mean, it's just some crazy weather. Georgia and Alabama's getting it pretty tough. But we managed to hover at 14 was our low. But now Saturday, it's going to be up to 66 degrees is what they're saying. So from 14 to 66. If it don't rain, which is supposed to rain, but if it don't rain Saturday, I'm probably going to hit the lake and do a little bass fishing. They're going to be deep in this cold weather probably, but I'll do a little jigging or something. But I've been wanting to go really bad, but with the sickness, the cold weather, the bad weather, just have not been in the last couple of months. But if at all possible, if I can squeeze it in even between showers, I'm going to try to be out there in that warmer temperature Saturday. Running out of time. Have a good one, and God bless.